Right now at noon, the hit-and-run semi-driver accused of running a red light and killing a motorcyclist has been arrested. And the acting director of national intelligence testifying about a whistleblower's complaint alleging the president tried getting dirt on Joe Biden.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now on this Thursday afternoon. Sunny today, but a long stretch of rainy days ahead. Let's head over to the Weather Center where meteorologist Hattie McLean is with us on this noon show. Welcome to you.
Thank you. It's been a while. And I'm here to say enjoy the sunshine today because you need to soak it up. We don't have a lot of sun in that extended forecast. Take a live look from the Edgewater Sky Cam at lunch hour over downtown Madison and Lake Mendota. Beautiful shot there. Mostly sunny skies at this hour. And it looks like we'll keep that sunshine for the rest of the day. Temperatures are currently in the mid-60s in most spots. Janesville's the outlier at 70. Most spots, though, are not going to climb to 70 degrees today. We'll stop at 68 here in Madison. That'll be our high in just a few hours. Once the sun sets this evening, temperatures are going to fall back pretty quickly into the 50s. But overall, a quiet weather forecast for the afternoon and evening hours. Rain returns, though, by early Friday morning.
We're talking about a lot of rain.
We are. We have some alert days in the forecast coming up. We'll detail all that in Maine weather.
All right, Hattie, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you. New at noon, the semi-driver suspected of running over a motorcyclist and fleeing the scene has been arrested. This happened yesterday morning in Janesville on I-3990 at Highway 11. 29-year-old Branko Jovanovic of Lyons, Illinois, is accused of running a red light and hitting the motorcyclist, who was pronounced dead at the scene. His initial court appearance is scheduled for tomorrow afternoon. A judge says a man accused of stabbing a Green Bay police dog multiple times is competent to stand trial. In April, 30-year-old Cy Vang had threatened to kill his father. Police say he did not comply with orders to surrender, so officers deployed canine pyro. Vang allegedly stabbed the dog several times. According to the criminal complaint, Vang has been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. The judge ruled he understands the proceedings and can assist in his own defense. Canine pyro did make a full recovery after several surgeries. An Indiana couple accused of abandoning their adopted daughter says they're the victims. According to court documents, Christine and Michael Barnett adopted an Ukrainian-born girl with dwarfism in 2010. In an interview with the newspaper, Christine claims the adoption was a scam and the girl is actually an adult who has made a career out of fooling people into thinking she's a young girl. The couple thought she was 8 years old, but a doctor's report shows she's actually an adult. The couple claims the girl started making death threats against them, tried to poison Christine, and push her into an electric fence. White House Democrats push forward with an impeachment inquiry. President Trump's acting director of national intelligence just finished answering questions from lawmakers about a whistleblower complaint. Joseph McGuire told House lawmakers he initially withheld the whistleblower complaint from Congress because many allegations in it were based on conversations President Trump had with a foreign leader. He said those calls are typically subject to executive privilege.
Our president sacrificed our national security and our Constitution for his personal political benefit.
This appears to be the first intelligence community whistleblower complaint that has ever been withheld from Congress. Is that right, sir?
Congressman Carson, I believe that it might be. And once again, I said in my statement, it is, in fact, as far as I'm concerned, unprecedented.
The report, written by a still unknown government employee, was released to the public today. The author alleges President Trump used the power of his office to solicit interference from a foreign country in the 2020 U.S. election. It's based in part on a phone call with Ukraine's leader, where he urged him to investigate Joe Biden and his son. The Washington Post reports agents in Uber's Special Investigations Unit are coached to put the company first ahead of passenger safety. Uber disputes that. The rideshare company is planning new safety features as questions surface about their handling of sexual assault cases. The Washington Post reports the company has a 3-strike system, but executives make exceptions to keep drivers on the road.
How often do you receive a report of an alleged sexual assault or abuse?
We're doing 17 million trips across the world every day. every day, and it does happen.
Do you see tens of those reports a year, hundreds of those reports a year?
Those are numbers that I don't have, and that's why we're creating this transparency report, and that information is coming.
Soon, Uber will launch a new optional verification system requiring a driver to get a PIN code from their rider before a trip can start. Another upcoming feature, riders can text 911 from inside the app, automatically sending the vehicle description, license plate, current location, and destination. More local news now. Madison-based Eat Street is looking for one person to become the curd nerd. It's a new position devoted to eating cheese curds. The company is celebrating American Cheese Month in October and hiring someone to tour Wisconsin for 2 weeks, starting on National Cheese Curd Day on October 15th. The person will be paid up to $1,000 and gets to eat all the cheese curds they can handle. We have more information on channel3000.com. Count me in. A big name country artist is coming to Dane County today. He's performing at the Stats Brothers Farm in Marshall. The Dane County Sheriff's Office says you should expect traffic delays between Marshall and Sun Prairie starting about 2 o'clock this afternoon. If you aren't going to the show, you should avoid Highway 19, Highway N, and Highway T. If you are going, a reminder, parking on the side of the road will not be allowed. And for the second year in a row, the Milwaukee Brewers are in the playoffs and eliminating the Cubs while they're at it. The team is continuing its killer September with their 19th win of the month. The team's 9-2 victory at Cincinnati puts the team at 88-70, which looks a whole lot different than September 5th, when the team was only 3 games over 500 and 5 games behind the Cubs for the NL's second wild card spot. The Brew Crew playing the Reds right now before finishing their regular season in Colorado. And there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Today we're making fast food for dinner. It's not the kind you get at the drive-thru, and you won't have to wait in line for it. Today we're making what I call fast food for dinner. It's not the kind you get at the drive-thru. I'm talking about a dish that's done start to finish in less time than it would probably take you to drive to your local burger joint. We begin by cooking a pound of linguine. If you're pressed for time, make sure you put a pot of water on as soon as you get home so it's ready by the time you change your clothes and open your mail. While that cooks, we melt some butter along with a bit of olive oil. You see, the blend of these gives the rich taste of butter without it burning while we saute our garlic and spices. Once it's tender, we toss in some shrimp. And when they're pink, we stir in some lemon juice and a little parsley. Now all we have to do is drain our pasta and serve all this buttery goodness over it. I told you it was fast and probably not what you expected. This is my idea of fast food. So if you love the combo of garlicky shrimp and pasta that tastes like it came from your favorite Italian restaurant, go to our website and get the recipe for our crazy fast shrimp scampi. You might even want to put on a bib, because slurping all these buttery noodles can get kind of messy. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a garlicky way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, Howard, thank you. Next at noon, we're in for a long stretch of showers and storms starting late tonight, and that could mean flooding issues. Hattie McLean has your first alert forecast next. Well, President Trump is making a new trade agreement with Japan, and Match.com is in trouble for advertising fake lovers to get people to subscribe to their dating service. Diane King Hall has your Money Watch report.
The U.S. economy grew in the second quarter, but more slowly than earlier in the year. Blame that downdraft on the trade war with China. According to the Commerce Department, GDP came in at 2% during the period. The official yardstick of the U.S. economy showed consumers spent less on takeout food, but kept up overall spending. President Trump has announced the first stage of a new trade agreement with Japan. The president made comments on the plan at a meeting Wednesday with the Japanese prime minister. Mr. Trump says Japan will open new markets to approximately $7 billion in U.S. agriculture products. The Federal Trade Commission is suing Match Group for allegedly using fake love interest ads to trick consumers into paying for a subscription to the dating site Match.com. The agency says hundreds of thousands of people subscribe to Match after getting responses from fake profiles. Match Group says it blocks 96% of bots and fake accounts. And McDonald's may be joining the meatless meat bandwagon. The company says it will test a new plant-based sandwich using Beyond Meat burgers in Canada. The trial run begins September 30th and goes through the end of December. The addition will show up on the menu as PLT, meaning plant lettuce and tomato. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Diane King Hall.
Diane, thank you. Let's check Wall Street afternoon hour. The Dow Industrials down 67 points. The NASDAQ off 57. The S&P 500 down 10. Q106 Farm Director Pam Yankee out of the radio barn today. So here are your farm numbers. Time now for the weather. Hattie is taking advantage of this weather. She's in the backyard patio.
Yeah, so nice to be in the patio when it's actually light. Amazing how late the sun is coming up this time of the year. Lots of sunshine, though, this afternoon. We have a beautiful forecast coming up. Take a live look from the WISC-TV Skycam. Just a few cumulus clouds there, but otherwise mostly sunny skies. We do have alert days in the forecast, though. Be aware of that. Not for tonight, though. If you are headed to the concert at the Stats Brothers Farm in Marshall, the forecast couldn't be any better. We're looking at sunshine at 6 when the concert starts. Temperatures will be in the mid-60s, about like they are right now. An increase in the clouds is expected as we go through the evening, but the rain will hold off until much later on tonight, so it will be dry. Temperatures will drop back quickly, though, when that sun sets. We quickly drop into the 50s by 8 p.m. Now, here's a look at your alert day forecast. The first alert day in the forecast is for tomorrow. I do expect some showers and isolated thunderstorms to move in towards early Friday morning and then continue on and off through the day. We also have that unsettled weather pattern continuing right into next week. Alert days are in the forecast for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Unfortunately, multiple rounds of rain, possibly heavy at times, will be moving over the same areas. So we're going to add up the rain in inches as we go through next week. In fact, take a look at the GFS Future Track precipitation estimate. This is from today through Thursday morning, so over the next several days. But you can see those rain totals pretty high for this time of the year. We're closing in on 3 inches in many locations across southern Wisconsin. Again, the heaviest rain across the state will be central and southern Wisconsin, possibly even into northern Illinois. Temperatures across the same region, though, pretty nice right now with abundant sunshine in the area. 65 here in Madison, 60s all across the state except for the far north woods this morning. Here's a look at your weather track, which is satellite and radar combined. No clouds here, but you do see those high-level clouds, those cirrus clouds drifting across Minnesota out ahead of the rain. That is our next weather maker that arrives by early Friday morning. But here's a closer look at our future track forecast for the next several hours. For the afternoon, look for sunshine, High temperatures in the upper 60s. 68 here in Madison. 68 seems to be a pretty popular number today. Many locations topping there. As we head into the evening hours, again, staying dry, just an increase in the clouds. Temperatures, though, dropping back into the 50s. Once those clouds move in, we're not going to drop much more than that. So mid-50s overnight. But by 4 o'clock, some showers and isolated thunderstorms beginning to move into southern Wisconsin. Grab that umbrella if you're headed outside tomorrow. On and off rain showers and thunderstorms are expected through the day. They will come to an end, though, for the evening, so things should shape up by late Friday. Again, total rain just over the next 24 hours. Could be closing in on 1 inch as you get close to the Wisconsin-Illinois state line. Your extended forecast is a real roller coaster ride of temperatures. We have highs in the 60s tomorrow, low 60s with mainly dry weather on Saturday. Rain returns then late Saturday into Sunday and then sticks around through most of next week. The warmest days mark Monday and Tuesday with highs in the mid-70s. But you see those temperatures by the end of the week. Highs in the 50s for Thursday and Friday.
Got something for everybody on that forecast.
I think so.
All right, Hattie, thank you.
You're welcome.
Next at noon, Marissa DeGroot joins us from the Dane County Humane Society with our pet of the week. It's Muriel. Here she is when we come back. Stay with us. Marissa DeGroot from the Dane County Humane Society is here with Muriel. You can probably hear Muriel. Hi.
We have a bit of a mouth breather here.
Welcome. Tell us about this lady here.
So Muriel here, she is a senior lab and she could not be any sweeter.
She's so soft.
She really is. You know, maybe she even has a little bit of chow in her. You can see that little bit of a black tongue
that black
there
tongue.
too. So Muriel was actually found stray on Dane County Humane Society's property, which probably unfortunately means that she didn't wander in there. She probably was dumped.
Oh, that's terrible.
So we don't know too much information about exactly how old she is, but we do know a bit about her personality. She is a sweet lady looking for maybe a nice retirement home, and where she can kind of be the queen of the castle.
Doesn't like other dogs.
Yeah, not the biggest fan of other dogs or maybe the really young children that can maybe pester her a little bit. So she's just looking for a nice, quiet home.
And stuffed toys.
And lots of stuffies. I'll tell you, even though she is a senior gal, as soon as you get those stuffies out, she acts like a puppy.
So she's not going to take a lot of work. I mean, she doesn't walk far.
No, but she's very well potty trained. You get her out there, she does her business, and then she turns around. She's like, okay, we're going right back in for a nap.
That's my kind of dog, right there. And as you say, no real medical issues that you know of.
No, she's just kind of a bit of a lumpy, bumpy old lady, but generally in good health.
She is so sweet.
And you may not see her back in the kennels. That's because Muriel is actually hanging out with me in my office. So all you have to do if you want to come meet her is ask in the adoption center.
And bring a squeaky toy.
And bring some squeakies.
All right, big event coming up, Bark and Wine.
Yep, and we are starting to run low on those tickets, so you want to definitely register as soon as you can for Bark and Wine. That's happening Saturday, October 19th. That's the one that happens at the shelter. You get to see behind the scenes, drink wine, cuddle some puppies. What is not to love there?
You got dog ambassadors come out. Everybody's having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
All right, last week
we had Damon.
I wasn't here, so.
Yeah, we had Damon, our kitty, who was living at our thrift store. He did get adopted. Just one of the sweetest kitties I've ever met.
He is beautiful. I'm glad he got a home.
Yeah.
That's great news. All right, now let's get Muriel a home.
Yep. Come meet this sweet lady.
Look
at her.
Look at her. Look at that face on her. Not her. Her.
There.
Marissa, thank you.
Thank you.
Go to the website giveshelter.org for information on Muriel and all the animals available, and get your Bark and Wine tickets as well. 838-0413, the number to call. Marissa, thank you. Here's one final check of the weather. Hi, Hattie.
Hi, Mark. We are looking at the zoo this afternoon. Oh, behind me is the sky camera shot, but the camera from the zoo showing you blue skies there as well if you're headed out to Henry Vilas Zoo. Great afternoon for it. Temperatures will be climbing just a few more degrees into the upper 60s. West winds today, although not as strong as they were yesterday, only 8 to 15 miles per hour. Again, temperatures drop pretty quickly as the sun sets this evening. Get ready for kind of a wet day on Friday with on and off showers and isolated thunderstorms. We do have several alert days in the forecast for Friday and then heading into next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, all for the potential for some pretty heavy rain that could lead to issues of flooding here across southern Wisconsin.
All right, we'll keep an eye on things and enjoy today, that's for sure. Thank you, Hattie. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have yourselves a great afternoon.